All right, there we go. Awesome, awesome. And there we go, man. Sorry, I was got carried away playing a little Indices picking up steam today. They did, man. They did. I tried selling it earlier in the morning, and we'll go through it. I ended up hitting a break even on Nasdaq, and then the stupid things just never came back from my buy. So it is what it is. You tried during power hour? No. I don't trade during power hour. There's a reason. Yeah, there is a reason. Okay, so let's get into it. So to start off the week, listen, there isn't a lot of news that I anticipate is going to really give some volatility. You know what? Hold on. Let's see. There we go. Throw my mug up there. Hold on. All right, there we go. So let's see. Jordan. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't see a lot of volatility coming out this week. Really, the only thing that I can think of will spike some interest is going to be what these speakers are saying. So you got the Bank of England Governor Bailey speaking. You got the Royal Bank of Australia Governor Lowe speaking. I thought there was one more. Hold on. And then Wednesday, tomorrow, you're going to have the Bank of Canada. No clue what these guys are going to be talking about. I've already kind of researched some of it. It's going to kind of just be some outlooks that they're kind of going to be diving into. I don't really see anything that's going to be moving the market. Thursday, there's a little bit of CPI data for the dollar, but really the dollar on the CPI side, it doesn't have a lot of volatility. I mean, they're forecasting a 0.4%, and we've been getting that just the last couple of months right at projection. So nothing on the calendar this week that I could see that we're really going to be diving into. Okay. And then hold on, let me throw this. This is way too bright. See, is this going to be way too dark? This may be way too dark. I don't know. We'll see. My office is kind of dark right now, so all I got is my little blue LED lights. You're doing amazing from Chicago. I hear it's cold up there, man. I hear it's cold. What's the temperature right now, man? So much for our cold fronts. We're a brisk 68 degrees in sunny South Florida. So we actually, there's a pretty nasty rainstorm that came through not too long ago. But yeah, let's dive into it. I think this is going to be too dark for me to really see it right now. That's kind of my, call it my London session mode. Let me do this. Let me go to my display real quick. Here we go. Much better. All right, much better, much better. Yeah, the only thing that sucks, hold on, I'm just going to turn off my camera because otherwise I'm going to be extremely red. I got my little camera up on top. All right, there we go. So let's dive into it. Some of the stuff that I'm looking at for this week and next week, I'll go through it. If you guys are looking at something as well, we'll take a look at it. Just going down my list though, nothing's really changed. I've had the same kind of bias for the last, I'd say month. One of the first things I'm looking at here is CAD Chef, right? And I kind of just give you, I'll give you guys a breakdown of what I'm kind of seeing and how I'm seeing it. So I've been bearish on CAD Chef probably since early 2021, right? Ever since we tapped into our higher time frame distribution up here in March of 21, this is where I started to really get that bearish sentiment. And you can kind of see just what we've been doing. It's slow, methodical, but we're walking this down. And one of the areas I really wanted us to target was this area right here. We did come right into it, which was nice. Started really positioning myself to take these shorts, right? So I've been shorting it for a while, and just fast forward to where we're at. Same thing. I wanted us to come back into this area. We did. We distributed. Out of that distribution, we can just see the sellers coming in, right? So from a supply and demand standpoint, what do we notice? Well, we notice that we come in, we mitigate, make a new low. We come in, we mitigate, and now, this is why this isn't confirmed yet, right? It's not a confirmed redistribution. That's what this alert is here for. So I'm kind of taking an aggressive move here because really we're still not confirmed as a redistribution, but I have every indication to kind of take this as a redistribution. So just going back to like what I personally like to look for, right? Yesterday's London session, we had the typical Frankfurt sweep confirming a distribution. So I'll be looking in this Frankfurt candle, right? That 1 hour candle that Frankfurt opens up at, I'll be looking in here for that move. It's the 111-minute candle. Really, I'm not taking a limit order out of it, so it doesn't matter. But that's what I want to see, right? I've got an alert. I just want price to kind of walk itself up. And then once we get into this price action right here, I want to take a sell. All right. So depending on what time this happens at, I'll be looking for us to see that sign of weakness, right? So ideally, I just want to see the distribution in here, and then I'll take the mitigation of the distribution. All right. Ideally, what I want to target is that low to confirm the redistribution, right? So I want to target this. It meets my qualifications, right? Because this would make it about a 1 to 15 from the area I'm going to be looking at. What do you have shaded? Not the yellow. What do I have shaded? The gray? My gray is just my Frankfurt. Yeah, my Frankfurt candle. So I'm going to be targeting, obviously this low here, but which gives me at least my minimum 1 to 10. I do want, right? I do want to see if I can swing this all the way down to a new low down here. All right. And we're talking about a 200 pip move to make the new low. And at that point, once we make the new low, right, and then this will now be my lower time frame structure. And probably this area here is going to be my slingshot area. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. 39 degrees, bro. No, I'm good, man. Actually, I think we're in for another cold front. It got pretty cold here, man. We had iguanas falling out of trees like we normally do. And we had just some, yeah, I had to take care of some animals and stuff, man, because it was frigid outside. Yeah, so this is kind of what I'm going to be looking for. I like the idea. I just need to wait for confirmations to get in. I'm not setting a limit, especially not during Asian session. All right. And then of course, so let's just say I oversleep tomorrow and I don't get into this trade. What do I need to wait for? I need to wait for the break. This confirms the redistribution, right? We break through the ice and make a new low. And then what I'll be doing is I'll be looking for mitigation of whatever price action happens in here to take this lower. All right. So that's going to be my game plan on CAD Chef. Moving over to Chef JPY, right? Chef JPY, I'm very, very happy with Chef JPY. I am still holding, those buys from way the hell down here. Yeah, I'm still holding these things right here back from the middle of September. And, from our structure perspective, right? We have our accumulation that created a new high. So this is maintaining lower time frame structure. I really wanted to see if we can get back into this as a last point of support. And you can kind of see the box I wanted us to get into. Well, sometimes I don't get everything I want. And, it decided to come a little higher. So you just have to adapt. When we kind of come into the price action, well, this thing did give a type 1, right? It did give a type 1. So you could just see this could have been our spring, right? This could have been our spring, but if this was our low, this was our previous low, I would have needed us to break this high, which we never did. But because we made a new low, this is the previous low, right? Previous low. So that means that this, connect the dots, this is what I need as a break of structure, which we get here. All right. So this is what I wanted to target, right? I wanted to target this area here for a buy. You can kind of see I had like a 24-minute candle that I was looking for a buy out of. Price ends up following just market cycle, right? What do we get? We get a distribution, right? Here's your distribution: 1 drive, 2 drive, 3 drive. You get a break And then what do? We just reaccumulate, right? Creek, jump, make a new high, right? So on that confirmation, remember 3 drives up. We need 1, 2, 3 drives up, 2 drives down. 1, 2 drives down. There's your creek. So we had a confirmed reaccumulation. So yesterday, yesterday I took a buy out of this. And all I didn't put much risk on it, but just measured my shakeout. So I measured from this high to this low, took it off the 80 just because it was worth it. It was like a 5 pip stop loss. And from there, I'm just holding. Now, my thought process on this was we're going to do one of 2 things, right? Let me go back up to like the 1 hour. We're going to do one of 2 things. We are either going to, where the heck is my arrows? All right, I guess 15 is it's it. So my thought process was we're either going to not reaccumulate here and we're going to come lower now back into this, and then I will buy it up. The other thought process was we confirm a reaccumulation, right? And we're either going to, after the reaccumulation, come back to mitigate our shakeout of the reaccumulation to then make a new high, right? Or we're just going to continue higher and we're going to take out supply here. Because remember, this is our order flow leg. This is our order flow leg. So when price breaks this order flow here, this is now the new order flow leg. So can we come back to this? 100%, right? So I've got the 3 ways that I'm getting into a buy on Chef JPY going forward are going to be, 1, accumulate, we go higher. 2, we reaccumulate here. We come back to mitigate the reaccumulation to go higher. Or 3, we break order flow, come back down into mitigation to go higher. If I don't see one of those 3 things, I don't trade Chef JPY. It's that simple. So yeah, man, Miami 2 weeks ago was 20. It was like 31 degrees where I'm at. I'm out west by the Glades, man. And it was monstrously cold. So no kidding. Iguanas falling from trees. Yeah. So exactly, hit the accumulation or the reaccumulation. That's what I want to see. All right. So going forward, so like what price is doing now, obviously I'm already protected. This is at break even. And what I'm waiting for now is, you can see I've got this alert right here. It says reaccumulation. All right. We break this right here and I'll be looking to see what happens next. All right. I was potentially looking, I also have an alert in here because I was potentially this morning, I was going to be looking to see if we can come back into this micro accumulation, right? Because price is fractal, right? And, if you can't see that as a reaccumulation, just keep in mind what you're looking at, right? So here's your trading range. This being your shakeout, and you're looking for price to do that. That's your reaccumulation. You come down to a 5-second time frame, and there's just a fantastic looking accumulation in that low right here, right? Here's your trading range. There's your schematic. Now, I was looking to see if price can come back into this leg. All right. Unfortunately, we just never got it. So for me, it's no longer of any value or any use because it's not worth the risk anymore. All right. Yeah. Yep. So it did exactly what it was supposed to, right? Sweep the Asian lows for everybody that loves to trade Asian. Sweep the Asian lows and then take out the Asian highs. So if you got into a sell here at Asian or in a buy here at Asian, you were either swept here or swept here. So this is why I don't trade Asian. Same thing happens here, right? Asian highs, Asian lows, Frankfurt sweeps. We take it out and then we go higher. So anyway, yeah, this is ideally what my thought process is on Chef JPY, and I'm definitely going to be looking for it. Yeah. What is the Frankfurt candle? It's just my Tim. I don't know what the Tim. You mean time? Well, I'm on the Eastern time zone. So for me, it's 2 a.m. Yeah. Or just Google it. Google Frankfurt open, bear with me here. Hold on, give me 1 second. I just want to make sure that. Alrighty. Yeah. If you get the break of structure on Chef JPY, then would you be looking for price to come to a discounted price? Yeah. So if, let's just say here, let me light all this. So if we get this, right? And is this what you're talking about? This break right here? If we get that. So if we get that, yep. Okay. So if we get that, my 2 points of interest are going to be this. This right here is my slingshot. So I'll be looking for price to come in here. And if we trade below that, I'm going to be looking right here because this is going to be the extreme of order flow for me, right? So those are going to be my 2 points of interest. Yep. Yeah. So it's just going to be a wait and see, right? It's just a wait and see game. Okay. So pretty self-explanatory. I mean, and then, you know, target wise, listen, I've been saying for the whole year that I'm targeting 134 right here. I'm targeting 134. All of the buys that I've been getting into, everything back when I got in around like the 117 mark, around the 118 mark, I've been saying 134, 134. So I'm going to 134. I'm taking that sucker there. What attracts you to trade Chef JPY? I think I want to say it was one of the, man, I wouldn't say anything attracts me to it. I think it just, you know, I followed my journal. My journal told me that Chef JPY gave me a lot of great results, and it gives me super, super clean schematics, especially in lower time frames. So where I think last year, Chef JPY gave me a 1 to 287, right? Was my highest R to R that I had to date in my career. And then this year it gave me that one to 655 that is down here. And it just gives, it really gives really nice clean schematics. It moves pretty damn slow. So you have lots of time to think about what you're going to do. So that's kind of what I went with. Yeah. And of course, you know, my damn journal just, you know, I think this is slower, man. I think this is slow. So yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this, you know, did I go looking for Chef JPY? No, I want to say, like, you know, when I was going through, you know, I start my month off by just always looking at all of my futures, right? All my future contracts. So it just came to like, all right, so I was looking at yen crosses, higher time frame. What were we doing with the yen? You know, yen was just falling off. And, you know, when I realized that we ultimately were going to sweep this low, all right, so now I need to start looking for everything this, I'm looking for buys. So, you know, when I started doing my top downs and all my yen crosses, right, started doing all my top downs, I noticed, oh shoot, you know, Chef JPY looks pretty damn clean. So, and then from there, it's all history. So yeah. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Euro GBP. How many of you guys took the extreme off of Euro GBP? Because if you did, you're pretty damn happy right now. You know, I talked about it. You can look back at, I don't know, you can look back at every Zoom Tuesday that I did back all the way back from February 2020. And you'll see that I had this 80% of the 30-minute candle just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. And, you know, a quick recap. I mean, I'm sure this has been like looked at to death, but oh, I can't go 15-minute for the love. All right, I go 30. So, right, when we look at this, this was the accumulation manipulation, obviously, right? During COVID, we broke it and we started to distribute. Well, that distribution led into what? That distribution led into a reaccumulation, right? There's your creek. And this was the mitigation of our manipulation. So this accumulation is what I wanted to play out of, right? There's your trading range, this being your spring. And inside of that, inside of that was a micro, or not even, it was a micro because it was only on the, it was on the 1 minute, but inside of that, you had 1, 2, 3 drives. It was actually a type 1. So I took it off of the 30-minute candle, and the rest, obviously, you know, price comes right in, tags me in. And what's the evidence that buyers came into the damn market? Well, there you go. Some buy orders came in. So I've already partialed out. I partialed out here at 80, actually 84,500 was my partial out. So that was at a 1 to 56, partial that out. And what I'm going to be looking for now on your GBP, do you think the COVID crash was an accident? No. Listen, the market moved in the direction it was going to go to. It just moved there quicker because of COVID. You caught the buy? Awesome, man. Yeah, absolutely. So here's structure. That's lower time frame right here. So I'm going to be looking, when we get up there, I'm going to be looking to hedge the sell. And don't forget, I'm still holding, right? I'm still holding all of these damn sells from up here. I'm holding that sell over there. I'm holding this sell over here. I'm sorry, no. I'm holding this sell over here and this sell over here. So now it's a win-win for me, right? This is like a trader's dream to be in a position where you're holding buys and sells from both angles, and you can't lose on it. You know, you were working, you missed the buy. Where the hell were you working that you missed that? I mean, listen, I met some submariners before that were gone for months, but you had like 2 years. You had 2 years to set that limit order. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to be looking for the sell to hedge it. Ideally, what I want to see is this, though. I want this to come back to mitigate before going higher. And the only reason I say this, right? Where's that chart I did? The only reason I say this is because we've been fooled before, right? How many people have been actually here? I gotta add this up. Hold on. I'm falling back. There you go. How many people? Oh, yeah, we can even throw this one in here. Right there. How many people have taken losses trying to buy EG? So all I did was just copy this. I did a ghost feed out of that. So I would like to see us come back first so I can position more buys so that when we come up into this distribution, if I can catch this sell, I'll just let the best man win. But, you know, can we still, I'm pretty confident we're going to break the low. You know, it only makes sense, especially because when you think about effort, right? Somebody has spent the best part of 6 years building that, right? Somebody has done this for 6 years. For them to just come right here and just take off. I mean, yeah, it could be a reaccumulation, but I would venture to say we're going to come into this reaccumulation or this accumulation, something like that before we go higher, if we go higher. So I'm curious to see what happens, right? Yeah. 6 months into trading. Yeah, there you go. Trust the process. Yeah. Don't be in a rush to lose money. I think that's probably one of the best advices I'll give people. Don't be in a rush to lose money, right? Treat this like a profession and pretend that you're an airline pilot. That's another really good advice that I would give you. You know, would you board an airline with somebody who learned to fly 6 months ago and hasn't spent a lot of time in a simulator? And if the answer is yes, then great. The answer is no, then you've got to treat it just the same way. Demo trade the crap, understand your journal, understand your trading plan. Most people don't really, most people aren't successful in trading in their first year, their second year, or their third year. I was pretty fortunate that I started to find success in my second year. And I just built upon that. But realistically, when you think about how many hours I put in my first year of trading into journaling, into demo trading, into back testing, I would spend 40 hours a week alone, just analyzing, demo trading, marking out charts. So in reality, I mean, I probably did 2 years of work in my first year. So yeah, you are. All right. There you go, man. Awesome. So you can relate, you know what I mean? I can't tell you how many times like people are in such a rush. Don't get caught up by these Instagram warriors. All right. I can tell you that I personally, you'll never see me at the club with my phone out using MetaTrader. All right. That just doesn't happen. So, good for them if they can get sloshed and still, make $1 million trading. Good for them. But yeah, for me, it's all about treating this like as a profession. I'm in my office. I've got my command center set up. I've done the work. I've done the preparation, going into my trading day. It's not like I just wake up in the morning and I'm like, all right, so what am I looking at today? No, I mean, I wake up in the morning and I look at everything I've done leading into that day, what I was waiting for, what I want to see. And if I end up seeing what I want to get into and I see that price action play out the way I'm expecting it to, then I take the trade. So, you blew the account. Yeah. Imagine if that 3K account was 300K, how would you feel there? So yeah, listen, I mean, I've lost a lot of money in trading, so don't, listen, I do not shy away from saying I blew my first 3 accounts because I was rushed into trading, like the thought process was, okay, yeah, you can open an account with $150, $250, $500 and start trading. But I had no idea what the hell I was doing, so that goes back to don't be in a rush to lose money, right? Learn what you're doing, learn how to do it right on a demo account before you start throwing money at it, and I've said this before, if you really want to make this your profession and you want to do this full time, then take the time to really practice and build a sound trading plan, build some sound rules, implement the strategy that you're going to implement, and execution is key. And then go and join a prop funded, account, trade a proprietary fund where you can get larger capital. Because I'll tell you right now, a $250 account making 10% a month. Congrats. You made 10% that month. You made $25. You can go out. You can't even fill your gas tank up these days with $25, so at least 10% on a 100K, 200K account, you're really starting to add up and then fund your own personal account with those proceeds. Before you know it, you're almost, mid 6 figures. And now you can think about, all right, what, I'm walking away. I'm no longer going to work that 40-hour a week job. I can do what I want. So $25 will feed you for a day. Will it? All right. You must be young, man. You must be young. Cause I'll tell you right now, if I gave just my daughters, not even my whole family, if I gave my daughters $25, that would probably feed one of them, for the day. So yeah. I have eating machines, man. Yeah. Eating machines. I spent almost $100 today just on lunch for them. So, all right, no worries. You've lost more money sober. All right. Hey, there you go. What you got here, bro? On Spotify, what you got? Oh, you know what? I think it's going to open up my Spotify. Oh yeah. Trading in the zone. Yeah. The other one is, if you haven't dove into Mark Douglas, man. I gotta get my crypto for doing my research. You want to dive into Think Like a Professional Trader, right? The 4-part series.
My name is Mark Douglas.
This is what I would dive into. This was probably one of the best things I ever came across. So, yep. All right. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Yep. There you go. Yeah. All right. So anyway, what my expectation for Euro GBP is pretty simple. You know, let this thing either come back down so I can buy out of this spring, right? This is our spring. So this entire move right here, from here to here, is my spring. So what I'm really going to be looking for is essentially anything here, price just coming down and give me an accumulation, and I'll take a hedge buy. So we've got a little ways to go. We'll see what happens. And then we'll do why the entire move? Because this is your accumulation. I think I marked it out. Hold on. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, this is your entire, right? This is your entire schematic, SC to AR to ST like times 4 to an STTB to a UA and then to a spring, right? So this is my STB. This is just a regular ST. So this being my whole spring. You know, you're looking for a sell out of 0846 08 up here. No. I was if it gave me a distribution, but that's, to me, this isn't anything I want to play yet. We've only got 3 drives. So you got a climax to a AR to an ST to a UT. So no, this is nothing. I mean, I was looking to see if we got another UTAT or something like that, but no, I'm not going to play that. There's no reason to sell it out of there. This is where I'd be selling it out of up here. Yeah. For me, it's that 37-minute candle. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. And then even lower time frame, there's just nothing there. You can come all the way down. You can go down to a 1 minute. There ain't nothing there. There's absolutely nothing here. So, I mean, you could see where the sell happened, right? I mean, there's your manipulation at its finest. So this is where they initiated the sell order. This is where they initiated the buy order. So this is what needs to get mitigated right here. So my box, I mean, just off you're looking at a 22 pip range. So that's why I'm going to just sit there and wait. It'll give me something to work. So, all right. So that's EG. Euro USD, I'm still bearish on, right? I'm still very, very bearish on Euro USD, right? Come on, 1 hour, let's go. And, you know, like I said this morning, this is probably the damn ugliest price action I've ever seen. There's absolutely nothing for me to play out of there. I mean, it's just horrific. So we'll see what it does. Is this a break of structure or order flow? It's really not in anything for me. Like it's not changing my bias. All right, what am I looking at? Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me what I'm looking at though, bro. Is this a position that you took or you're taking? Are you looking for like a mitigation of that, or? You entered off that high because it looked mitigation. Wait, you entered off that high. So I guess send me the lower time frame because it looks like you took it out of lower time frame, right? So like, what's this black line? What's that black line? What is that? Yeah, I know, but what is it? So what's your entry based off of is the question. So your Utah, I understand that. But like what? Like a 7-minute? Or did you just randomly wake up and say, I'm going to put an entry at 147.52, the 5-minute? So you took it out of the 5-minute. Let's see, bro. So let's see. All right. So you took it out of. All right. So. All right. So I see what you're saying, right? We got a distro. I hear you. You know why I didn't put a sell in, right? Yeah. There's a reason for all the Asian haters, man, that they give me grief when they're like, well, no, Asian session doesn't always get taken. So anyway, all right. So you took it out of the 5-minute. Which 5-minute are we looking at, bro? You looking at, hold on. Because it looked like it played out pretty nicely for you. So what did you play out of, bro? So if you can annotate on my screen. Where did you? Because I kind of was looking at this, like if this was an Asian price action, I would immediately, I'd be looking here like that. Yeah. So you put, what was your, hold on, bro. What was it, man? Come on. You're killing me here. You took it out of what? 147.52. So 140, right? 147.52. So you took it out of that. So right here. Is that what you took it out of that? I looked for the candles that haven't mitigated. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, bro, because I may learn some out of it too. So we'll definitely break it down. All right. So you took it out of this push right here. Okay. And then your stop loss was where? This high? Is that how you played it? Okay. Let me just see where that lines up with what I would have looked at for. Okay. Yeah. I mean, oh, I already have my 80%. Yeah. So, I mean, I would have played something here just because that's 80% of this move. So, okay. I got you. It's 78.6. What's 78.6? This is the 78.6. Not of this. This is 78.6 right here. Yeah, no, it's just short of it. Yeah, it's just short of it. Okay. All right. So then you're stopped out of it then is what you're saying. Right? Because nothing, you barely got what? You barely got held into it. How the hell did you barely get held into it? What'd you do? Like add an extra, let's see. You didn't add an extra 1.5 pips of spread, man. There's no way you're doing that to Euro USD. No way, bro. Really? Why don't I include spreads in my risk to reward? I mean, so for my journal, I do, right? Because for my journal, like when I do my journals, based on whatever that spread is at the entry is going to be based off of my risk to reward. So on like the chart here, like when we're doing the actual charts, like say the risk to reward is like 1 to 15, but when I put it in my actual journal, it may only be like a 1 to 7 or a 1 to 8. So my actual risk to rewards are based off of the actual entries, not the chart. Because yeah, like perfect example, my personal account Euro USD is like 0.5, half of a pip spread, but on FTMO it's like 1 pipette, or on TPT it's 1 pipette. So I'm going to have different risk to rewards across different accounts, because every spread, every account is different, unless you have a zero spread account, which congrats, man. But that's, unfortunately, I don't get that luxury. How do you determine spreads while taking a limit entry, as we don't know what the spread will? So I always like round up from it, but if you know the pair you're trading, you know what the typical spread is on it. Like I know, I can tell you, I don't know. I know GJ is typically 9 pipettes to like 1.2. I know CJ is like 8 pipettes to 1 pipette. So I'll always go for the high, especially if it's a buy. If it's a buy, I'll always round up to it. On the sell, I try to, depending on the time of day, right? New York session, you're going to have your lowest spreads. Anything after London crossover, right at London Open, you're going to have some larger spreads. So I can't tell you what they are at larger spreads, because I haven't woken up for London Open in a very long time. But yeah, that's kind of how I do it. Hold on. I did because of typo. What? That's a nice distro above Asian highs. You're talking about right here? Yeah, I mean, this whole thing is a distro. My whole thing, why I'm still bearish on this thing is, I mean, just compare it with DXY, right? So DXY is the diametrically opposed asset to Euro USD. So compare it to crypto currency disk. Compare it to DXY. Oh, let's just go 4 hour. So here they are. Here's it. It's inverted. So they're supposed to be the same price action. And you can see DXY, yeah, nowhere close to taking out this high. So for me, right, DXY is a reaccumulation. In this case, it's just a redistro because of that break. But I'm expecting that. Right? So that's kind of how I'm looking at. It. Difference between structure and order flow. No, we don't got enough time for that, bro. Structure. Order flow is all the noise in between your structure legs. That's the easiest way I can describe that. Yeah. That's exactly it, bro. I'm expecting, and we don't even have to come. I'll tell you right now, we don't even have to come this low, because if you just measure, because this is the sell off, right? We're well into the 50% of it, so we could just go higher from here, right? So yeah, I'm looking at the same exact thing, man. All right, cool. Yeah. Isn't how DXY is used as opposite? Yeah, it's the opposite. Yep. Yeah. No, it's not a direct correlation. It's a diametrically opposed. So it's a inverse correlation. Yeah. It's an inverse correlation. So like you could see, right? This is DXY. Yeah, no worries, bro. There's DXY, and here, hold on. Let me hide the drawings. There you go. Same price action, right? There you go. You can see the cursors. See the cursors I have lined up? Same price action. So if you're not using DXY to trade Euro USD, you're missing out on like 75% of the confirmations. So, yep. Yeah. But that's what I'm looking at, right? So I'm still favoring the sells on Euro USD. I'm not closing any of my sells, right? I'm still holding sells on Euro USD. Been holding them for a while, and I'll continue to hold the sells. So I'm just kind of ticked because I did have this area that I wanted to play out of, this distro. I'm just pissed that this happened during Asian. You know what I mean? And I wasn't too happy about it. So GJ is bullish or bearish on the H4. Man, so I don't even know how to answer it because I don't look, this number here doesn't mean anything to me because let's go to GJ. So this price action right here, let's just say this price action right here. I guess I can't do. All right. So this price action right here that broke this lower time frame high did so here. So this is my leg on the 4 hour. Chances are it's my leg on the 1 hour. It is my leg on the 1 hour. Imagine that, right? It's still my leg because this is still the break. It's also still the leg on the daily, right? So these numbers for me are just what I use to look at different candles in different time frames, but my leg is still my leg. Nothing has changed about that. So bullish or bearish on the H4. So for me, we're still bullish. Yeah, for me, we're still bullish. Nothing has changed. I won't be bearish on anything until we break this down here. Now, as we tapped into an H3 institutional candle and looking for bearishness, but price is not dropping like it's hot. Yeah, I guess the question is like, where's your break? I mean, I'll be honest. I'm expecting this thing to go up. I'm expecting this to make a new high. This becomes my slingshot. And then I'll be looking for a buy out of here, or depending on how we get up there, you know, maybe like a buy out of this or something like that. Something like this. Did we do GJ? I think I did GJ on my back test, right? We did GJ on back test last week. What do we mark it up on? All I remember was after because I hadn't back tested it. After back testing it, I said we're bullish as crap on it. It was on Pepperstone. That's right, Pepperstone. Yeah. Okay, this is what we did. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. I'm not seeing this as a UTAD right here. I'm not seeing that as a UTAD. I'm seeing as we just reaccumulated. This to me is mad bullish, especially if you get down in here and you back test this price action. This price action told it all right here. All of this crap in here that we back tested last week, this told it all. Yeah. Yeah. Would you say that slingshot? Wait, would you say that slingshot caused the push higher? Which slingshot? Which one are you talking about? This one here? Yeah. No, this is the cause. That's the cause right there. Specifically, Frankfurt price action. Back test it. That Frankfurt price action is key. That Frankfurt open. This is that Frankfurt candle right there. That was key. Swept the previous New York session. Here's your distribution, right? There's your UTAD. Swept it in the form of an accumulation, right? 1 drive, 2 drive, 3 drive, spring, off the races we go. So yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty bullish on it. And like I said, I wanted to look into it when we did when I did my back test session last week. I wanted to look into it because, especially in this move here, I said to myself, damn, I must have missed something. What did I miss? And then, yeah, going back to the end of December, because that's when all of this happened, was end of December. Looking into it, what I think we only found like one entry that I actually would have taken. Yeah, it was only one entry, which was this one here, that would have been at, I don't know, sitting at like stupid Pepperstone in there. What is it? 6.973 or 6,973 or 697 pips, 0.3. I mean, stupid idiots, bro. Yeah. Yeah. I would say this, just back test this in here and look at it. Yeah, is this what you're saying? Like, is this what you're saying is your break? Because that's just order flow for me. This was just order flow. You know, you're still being maintained from structure. You're still, yeah, let me hide all this shenanigans, man. You're still being maintained from structure because this was the leg right here that broke. Yeah. Lower time frame. I mean, you can. I'll tell you this, like, this is something I changed in my trading maybe like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, maybe, was I just stopped paying attention to like lower time frame order flow unless I'm in directional bias. So the only time I pay attention, like if this, I would have paid attention to this if we were bearish, right? Not bullish. If we were bearish, then this would have been the break of order flow that I would have wanted. And then I'd be looking for sells out of it. But yeah, I'm expecting, like I said, I'm expecting this to take this high up here. Then this becomes my slingshot. This down here, this accumulation becomes where my main point of interest is going to be here for us to come back down. If we do, and if we don't, you know, I'll be looking somewhere in here. Yeah, but I'm pretty bullish on it. All right. Would you have taken the LPS off the type 2 wait, would that have been the LPS off that type 2? All right. What are you talking about type 2? LPS off the type 2. What's the price point? Am I swinging? Yeah, I would. I mean, 150. Okay, so would that have been the LPS off the type 2? This one here? Yeah, this is your last point of support. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I try to swing trade, right? I mean, sometimes it doesn't work out, but I would rather risk $250 for 600 pips than $250 for 30 pips. I mean, that's just me, right? So, oh, this bastard's coming in now. This bastard's coming in now. Oh, it's just coming into Frankfurt. All right. I don't care about this. I'll deal with this later. All right. So, all right, we'll move on. My bad. We kind of went off on that. Okay. So that was EU, right? So I'm looking for the shorts. I'll be honest, like what I'm going to be looking for out of this is going to be, I guess I don't need this. What I'm going to be looking for is, because this was a mess for me, I'm going to be looking for the redistro, right? So we get something like this. Now I know where I'm playing out of is here. But I'm going to have to wait on EU, right? So for me, waiting on EU, I'll probably end up having to wait for us to take out demand that was sitting here. Because technically, right? Technically, we did trade above this, and this was the cause. So can we just walk this down in a complex pullback and then go higher? We can. So in the meantime, GU is what I'll be looking at, right? So GU, I'm still holding my shorts from up here, right? Where we came into lower time frame structure, came into really clean lower time frame structure and distributed it out of there, right? So this was last month. and still holding those shorts. All right. My plan is to make a new lower time frame low. So I'm in from up here. All right. I was looking for price to come back into this price action, and sure enough, right? Did we tap that 50? Yeah, man. We came what, 29 was the 50. It came to 28. So it missed it by 1 pip. I was never in a million years going to have an entry out of that, just because that stop loss was just massive. But what do? We distributed, right? NFP came in and we have a distribution. Here's your trading range, right? Climax, test, because that's not, I don't think I traded up. And then UTAD, right? This is a terminal shakeout. So what I need to wait for, I needed to wait for the break, which we got. So now this is what I want to mitigate out of, right? So if price gets up there, which I got my alert sitting right here, if price gets up there, I'll take a trade out of it. If price doesn't get up there, what I want to wait for is this, the break, to confirm my redistribution. Now, all right, so wait a minute. Say price comes into a spring or a UTAD, but doesn't fill the imbalance, but moves off a 50%. All right, so if price comes into the 50, but doesn't fill the imbalance. So let me ask you this, what makes an imbalance such higher precedent than mitigating a candle? I would say mitigation holds more significance. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. Mitigation of what? Of the order or of an imbalance, right? For me, I'll tell you this. For me, the order book is more important than any imbalance. Do I hold imbalances as part of my confirmations? Absolutely, right? I mean, where's she at? Right? Here's my confirmations. Do I hold it in there? Absolutely. Does it need to be present? Nope, it doesn't. Right? IPA doesn't need to be there. I mean, is it typically there? Yes, because if I have a shakeout, I'm going to have imbalance in that shakeout. So, hold on, let me see. Why would you be looking for a sell up there? You wouldn't consider that price action to be mitigated? Which price action? Because when we look at it, hold on, when we look at it, let's go, hold on, let's go to replay here. Or maybe I just look at it differently. All right, where did the buy manipulation start? The buy, oh, hold on, let's see, why would you, yeah, okay. Where did the buy manipulation start? The buy, yeah, exactly, right here. Where did the sell? Where do they come in with their sell? Right up here, right? This is where they sold. So before they can close out of their buy order, they need to what? They need to trade below it. They need to engulf it. Okay. Yeah. So they don't break it. So they don't cross, let's see, they don't cross until there. So at that point now is when they can come back and close out of this buy order, right? So if you think about it, it's no different than if you just do that. They still need to come back and mitigate this. All of that crap that happened before, right? All of this right here is noise. It's just noise. This was the manipulation. This is where the sell order came in. So now they need to come back and manipulate, or now they need to come back to mitigate the manipulation. So they need to come back. There you go. That's what they need to mitigate. So you're looking to sell off the 80 of that move. I'll take it off the 50, right? I mean, if she comes back into the 50, I just need, this is what needs to be mitigated for me, right? This right here needs to be mitigated. So we come back into that. That's where I'll be looking. Yeah. What are good questions to ask myself to avoid seeing the noise? So follow the leg, right? So like sometimes you'll see like I'll have to put dots, right? I'll put like dots on my structure point, and then that's all that matters, right? Everything in between was just, you know, the journey it took to get there. But identify what's maintaining what. So, you know, like when we come back to like GU, right? All of this in actuality, right? All of this is just order flow, right? I'm in a bearish market, right? GU's bearish. So I'm in a bearish market. So I am not looking for any buys in any of this. So what do I need to see? I just need to see evidence of sellers coming into the market. So, you know, when we saw this break here, all this was a break of order flow, right? Where are we still maintaining our leg? This is our leg, right? This right here, this was the leg, right? So when we broke it, this being my slingshot, this being the extreme of the leg, all I needed to see was evidence of sellers coming to the market. How do I know that? Find the distribution. That's your evidence sellers come into the market. Yeah. You have a hard time identifying the climax of a schematic? Let me ask you this. Do you have a hard time identifying the climax in when you're in phase B, or do you have a hard time identifying it once you've identified the UTAT or the spring? Let's see. What are your thoughts on the buy to sell move on January 20th? January 20th. So here, what are my thoughts on the buy to sell? What do you mean the buy to sell? We haven't mitigated the 50%. Yeah, we did right here. You're talking about, right? We didn't mitigate the 50. I'm pretty sure we mitigated the 50, man. That's what this was. That's what that was. Are you saying because we didn't tap exactly to the 50? Because we missed it by a pip? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I mean, this is why I look for the full volume candle. So if we find our full volume candle where we can see the orders come in, I'm sure that's going to be 50%. What are we talking here? We're talking maybe like a 3 hour. Let's see. I'm not going to spend too much time looking for it, but let's see. Ooh, that's close. That might be it. 178. Yeah, 178. Yeah, I don't think we came that high though. It's got to be lower. I want to see if I could find this whole push. Maybe like 155. Let's see. No. 195. Yeah, I mean, we did. For me, that's enough. You come within a pip of it. That's enough for a mitigation. So I'm not. I'm not too worried about it. We kind of had the same analysis. GU seems to be confused with current, which you labeled as a redistro. What do you mean? No, this is like I'm anticipating a redistro. So this is why I'm waiting on this. That's why that alert is there. Once that happens, it's a redistro for me. I just never got a good sell entry out of any of this. So I took, actually Lewis threw this in our chat earlier. I took this sell, but I think it's going to break me out at even if it hasn't already. I took this morning. We'll see. This was a sell entry. A couple of us got off the 15-second. You had your 1 drive, 2 drive, 3 drives, UTAD, and it comes right into the 80% of that 30-second. So yeah, this was like a 1.8 pip stop, and I paid myself once I saw this like little reaccumulate or this accumulation in here. I just paid myself what I risked on the trade. So I'm not even at break even. I'm at reduced risk. And if this thing stops me out, I still made money off of it. So we'll see how it goes. Do I take trades only? Yeah, I only take type 1s. Type 1s. So I don't know. I have to look at my journal, what the numbers were, but I'll tell you this. I'm a really bad type 2 trader. I'm a really good type 1 trader. So when I take type 2s, I have a really good likelihood of losing money. And when I take type 1s, I have a really good opportunity to make lots of money. So I don't play around with type 2s. Yeah. How do you really know the spring is going to come? I put an alert up here. So like when this was here, I put an alert. And when the spring came, my alert went off. If the alert doesn't go off, the spring didn't come. So I just don't trade it. Yeah. Do I normally take 50%? It all depends, like where the confluence is. So yeah, like the reason I took this 80% is because it was 50% of this move right here. So I was okay with it. It all depends. Do I take a lot of 50%? Yeah, I take a lot of 50% off the lower time frame just because I don't care about, as long as I'm under like 5 pip stop losses, I'm okay with it. Yeah. What is the clearest way to differentiate type 1 and type 2? So a type 1 has a minimum of 3 drives plus UTAD or a spring, right? A shakeout. A type 2, 3 drive minimum, no UTAD or spring. There's no manipulation, right? So typically you might get like equal highs, equal lows, or you'll get something like this, right? You'll get your trading range, and then you'll just see price take off, right? No sweep of the lows, no sweep of the highs, no manipulation. So that's going to be your type 2. Your type 1 is always going to have, like in this case here, right? Here's your trading range, your climax, your test, your UTAD, right? This being your manipulation. Yeah. Yep. So you always need to have a 3 drive leading into, so you can't have like, you can't do that, right? Like I can't go SC, ST, spring. No, this would just be maybe like your STB. So 3 drives is what you need. Yeah. Did I go? No, man, we haven't even got, no, we're still only like on the 4th or 5th pair. Yeah. Yeah. No worries. Wait, it doesn't have to be ascending or descending order, right? What do you mean descending or ascending order? Does it, you mean like the anatomy of it? No, it's always going to be your climax, whether it's your buying climax or your selling climax to your AR is what defines your trading range. That's going to be your first change of character. And then you'll have your secondary test in either side of it. And then you can have 37 secondary tests, right? I mean, you have to work backwards. So how do you know you've printed in your secondary test in phase B? Because you've gone to phase C. That's the only way you're going to know you've completed phase B. Yeah. Would you say type 2s have more strength than type 1s since sellers and buyers are pushing price so quickly? What do you mean by strength? I can tell you every really good trade I've ever taken has been a type 1, not a type 2. I mean, here's your spring, right? Look back at every major spring. Where's that SPS buy? I'm in this year ago. I don't even know if I can get down that low anymore. Can I? Oh, I can. Right? Here's your spring right here, right? There's your spring and boom, off we go. You could see your 1 drive, 2 drive, 3 drive, spring. So every big spring that I've taken, I don't even know what this trade's at right now. What is this trade at? Where are we at? 45.26. We are at Oh, 1 to 41. Okay. Where would you be looking for a re-entry on GU? Nowhere until we figure out what it's going to do. So right now, as it is, it's either going to be here or it's going to need to break this before I do anything with it. And then wherever we can say, whatever the cause of this break is, right? Whatever that cause is going to be where I want to mitigate out of. So this is already kind of just looking at it from here. It's already looking like a distribution, right? So, what am I seeing here? Maybe we get something like this, right? So if that happens, this is your redistribution. I'll be looking to mitigate. As long as this doesn't get mitigated by that, I'll be looking for a mitigation of our shakeout for me to take it lower. So that's what I'll be looking at for like GU. Hopefully that makes sense. Because it happened at 10 a.m. That's what made it significant that I thought I was going to hold. It happened during my trading hour of where was SPX. There's a reason. Where is it at? Where is it at? Here we go. There's a reason that you see blue here, because this is where I look for my sell. This is the equities open right there. So this is the time frame I look for my buys and sells on indices. So that's, when you're in prior demand and you're building, right? Think about it. This is the price action I wanted us to accumulate in. So when we come into this area here, this is where I'm looking for my buy. So price gave me everything I wanted to see. It gave me and I tried here. You could see, I tried here on this one. I took that 1 second. I don't know if you could see it, but that's a 1 second accumulation. I took that That was my entry. Actually, this was my entry right here. Then we made a new high. So I reduced risk right here and then got stopped out at reduced risk, only to play when we broke right here, right? We broke that low because this was your first low, previous low, right? When we broke that, then I just split my entry. I didn't have just one on the 50. I had one on the 50, one on the 80. So my 50 gets filled, 80 gets deleted as soon as we make a new high. Yeah. All right. How do you change intervals so quickly? Just type it in. So if you want to go to the 30-minute, just 30-minute. You want to go to the 4-hour, type in 4H. You want to go to the 1 month, 1M, right? You want to go to the 15-second, 15S. So, yeah. Can you explain how you monitor price if it is a redistribution or an accumulation? So if I'm in a bearish market, I don't care about the accumulation. So I'm just waiting for the redistribution confirmation. So as soon as I get confirmation of the redistribution, I'm taking the mitigation of that redistribution. Now, 50% of in this case here, I took 50% of the movement. Yeah. Yeah. Cause you're not going to find a candle, and nor do I care about finding it a candle. So yeah, I measured from that high to that low right here. This is your move, right? This is the sell to the buy right there. And then even, I don't think I can get 1 second, but even on the 1 second, there was a small accumulation in there. You can see the reaccumulation, right? And then you could see the reaccumulation here, this being your shakeout. Thoughts on AJ setup? Are you looking for the buy on AJ? Because if you're looking for the buy, I think we're in the right frame of mind. Yes. All right. Good job with it. Yep. Yeah. 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 Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. AJ. Keep an eye on NJ as well. So yes to that. 215-minute candle is the full volume candle, right? Came into the buy area right here. But this is going to be my first point of interest right here. So when we come back into this is where I'll be looking. That right there. And that's your 2-minute full volume candle. So yeah, you don't get cleaner New York price action than that. So yeah, that's AJ. I do like it. I like where she's at. So, but this is going to be my first area right here. And then same thing with NJ. So you could see like NJ, here's your spring, right? We broke here. We got equal lows. I'll be looking for something out of here or see if we come lower. But this is definitely, that's why my alert's sitting right here, because I want this to come in here. Yeah. All righty. All right. So we talked about GU. I talked about EU. NZD CAD, right? NZD CAD, I'll be honest, I'm still just waiting. Still just waiting, right? I got stopped out break even on a couple trades. Actually, I think I took one loss too. Stopped out break even out of this. You know, just kind of why was I looking there when we're not at a premium, we're at a discount. Why am I trying to sell it? Well, because I'm following order flow. So you could see like this was the order flow leg. And I tried, right? I looked in here. I actually took, you could see I don't know if you could still see it, but I took this entry in here. Yeah, I took this entry in here Ended up just getting broken even. So, it is what it is. No big deal. But now that we're following a market cycle, I got to wait, right? You could see the accumulation, you could see the reaccumulation, and I'm pretty convinced that we're going to get another reaccumulation, right? Because all we've done is come back to mitigate the previous reaccumulation here. And I'm expecting this to continue higher. And I'll just be waiting with open arms on NZD-CAD for one of these places right here, right? This being the entire push. So I'll wait here out of that distro. This being the slingshot that caused the original break of structure. So we'll be waiting there. And then this is what is maintaining our lower time frame structure. So we come back up into that distro and I'll be looking at that 61 minute that I feel like I've been waiting for a very, very long time for. Right. So, I don't mind waiting. Listen, I waited 715 days for Euro GBP. So this would be a walk in the park. So that's what I'm waiting on NZD-CAD. I will be looking for a hedge, but I'm not looking for a hedge buy until we confirm this as a reaccumulation. So kind of like the same thing. We come up, come back down. I'll be looking out of this, right? Something in here for a buy to take this higher, but only because I'm holding the sells, right? I'm pretty convinced that this sell that I'm holding here is going to get stopped out. I've already taken partials. I've taken 2 partials out of it. And then I'm holding, where's the big sell I'm holding? Where is the big sell I'm holding? Oh, up here. So then I'm holding that sell up here as well, right? From November. So we'll see how it goes. Do I always split my positions? I don't always, but I would say that like 80-85% of the time I do. And if I don't have a lot of faith that 80% is going to get triggered, and I want to make sure I'm filled on more volume on the 50, that's when I'll, throw $50, $100 at the 80% entry just to see if it gets popped, right? If it gets popped, then great. If it doesn't, then whatever, I missed out, but I'm still holding bigger volume on that 50 entry. For scalping, man, I'll tell you right now, I'm not much of a scalper. I have that. I used to be. I just don't. I just don't have it. I don't like to take a lot of trades. I average maybe 10 to maybe 15 trades a month. I don't take a lot of trades. I prefer to play more structure. So I'll sit and wait and play the structure and then position myself into some better quality setups. I think the closest thing I do to scalping is trading indices, and then every day I'll look for an entry, but I may not get an entry every day, so it still has to kind of line up and come into some sort of leg structure. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, that's why I stopped scalping, man. Like I used to take, I'll tell you right now, I used to take like 30 trades a week. I wonder if I still have, I do, man. Hold on. I do. Where's my old, dude, I used to take a lot of trades every week. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Where is my, hold on. Did I delete them? I think I deleted them. Damn it. Oh, wait, no, here you go. Hold on. Let me see if I can throw this back on. So this is one of like my old journal things. Here you go. So I took, these were all the trades I took just October, well, 2019, but yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 trades in 1 week. 14 trades, man. Now, granted, I had great percentages, but I was also risking 2 to 3% per trade. So, yeah. But man, I had to work hard for it. Yeah, I had to work hard for it. It just wasn't worth it for me anymore. All right. Yeah, so that's kind of my thought on NZD CAD. US dollar Swiss franc, I'm looking for buys, right? I'm bullish dollar, so I'm looking for buys. And when we look at, I mean, just looking at what we're seeing from a structure like perspective, right? I'm still holding my buys. You know, we've made a new high. I kind of wanted to see price come back into this. Well, she didn't want to do that damn thing. So instead, what do we get? Well, we got our manipulation here. So we're starting to see signs of a distribution. At this point, we're in a bullish market. So my goal is to just play the continuation move, right? I had every ounce of me saying, just wait for that accumulation right there. And I don't think we're going to get it. I think this is just going to turn into just a massive reaccumulation, and then I'll have to play the reaccumulation. So you can see we've already traded above right here, and I missed it because I wasn't up for it, but it looks like we already mitigated this. It looks like an 80%. It looks like we mitigated New York. Yeah, we mitigated New York. So what we have is we have a reaccumulation, right? Let me just mark all this up. So we have a reaccumulation. Here's your distribution. Here's your accumulation, right? Here's your creek. So price makes the new high. Taking out wonderful Asian session. And then we come back to mitigate, right? We come back to mitigate, and we accumulate, right? We accumulate. So now I just want to see if we can break this high. If we can make this new high right here, right? Then I'll be looking for price to do something like this. Come back into this. Up we go. So that's kind of what my thought process is on US dollar Swiss franc. But like someone said earlier, US dollar Swiss franc is it's not much of a speedster, so this is going to take a while. You know, so we'll see what happens. And again, I'm targeting new highs with this, right? I'm targeting new highs. I'm targeting like 9,400 is what I want to get this up to. So just walking this up. Yeah, probably. I mean, this is going to take a while. One of my trading partners refuses to trade US dollar Swiss franc. I mean, they much like I have emailed TradingView and asked them to remove EuroCAD from any of my search options. They have requested US dollar Swiss franc to be removed from theirs. So yeah. Oh, give me a second. I got to lower the AC in the office here. All right, there we go. Yeah, so that's US dollar Swiss franc. We're slowly moving along here. Sorry. Moving on, ACAD. You know, we talked about NZD CAD. ACAD, the same thing. Like, what am I waiting on ACAD? Well, we violated the redistro, so I want structure, right? So this is the distro that gave us structure. This is the slingshot, and that's where I'll be waiting, right? So it's just a matter of waiting for price to come up here. And, you know, there is a really good type 1 entry out of here, I would definitely take a look. I would not look on FXCM because on FXCM, it doesn't trade above your up thrust, but you look at every other feed and it does. So you look at, do I have it marked up on a Wanda? Not a Wanda. What is it? Forex.com? Yeah, there you go. So my suggestion, hop on in there. It may take a while. So if I were you, I would have that marked out. So mark it out, find your candle. You know, here's your distribution, your type 1, and it is part of a larger type 1, right? Because here's your trading range. So you have climax to AR to ST, 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 another ST, 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 MSAL, ST, ST, up thrust, UTAD, right? And then you get the break. Yeah. December. Yeah. This was all like the last week of December right here. Yeah. Yeah. So, but this right here, I've had that order pending for a while, and it's going to remain pending. So just make sure you have it. Pretty clean price action in there. And yeah, yeah, that's what it looks like for, you know, if you don't have the seconds time frame, you know, it's the 1 minute. So 1 minute is what you want. Yeah. All right. So ACAT is just a waiting game. There we go. All right. AJ, we talked about AJ. Yeah. AJ, I'm looking for the buy. Right. Looking for the buy. This is the first area I'm going to be looking for the buy. This is our new order flow leg. Boom, right there. All right. So I'll be looking for the buys on AJ. AU. So AU, this is, you know, we are in a distribution, right? And only time is going to tell us what to do now. It's just a matter of, you know, we're getting pretty darn close to where I wanted to look for a distro. I needed to start building something. So we start building that distribution. I'll look to play it. You know, understanding also that we can go a little higher, but again, I'm bullish dollar. So eventually this is going to start tanking. And if you use Australian futures, I mean, you're looking at the same exact price action, right? So we are getting pretty darn close to where I want to see it play, right? Coming into news. This was the mitigation. Here's your distribution. And it looks like a pretty damn clean distro right there. So yeah, it looks like it's starting to distribute. I don't know. Let me see what AU is doing. Yeah, AU is kind of doing the same thing, but you can already see the divergence. I think this is going to end up being a reaccumulation. Actually, let's see. Did it already trade above it? No, not yet. But so we'll see. Yeah. I would expect this. I'm not even going to look at it until London open. So we'll see. But AU did not invalidate demand on the 15-minute. What are you talking about, bro? Talking about this? So what did that do? All that all that did was just get us to here, right? So here's the, I mean, this took me a while to kind of understand, but hopefully it makes sense, right? So we're in a bearish market, right? AU's bearish. Okay. in a bearish market, do I need to make new lows or take out demand once sellers come into the market? No. Right. This was the distribution that was the mitigation of the previous manipulation. So all I need now is just a distribution here to get in. Right. That's all I need to short this. This leg here did absolutely nothing. It was just the mitigation of previous manipulation. So yeah. Now, if I was counter trend trading it, right, or if I was trying to catch the reversal, then yeah, I would want to see that broken there. For me to put a limit order here, yeah, I would need that broken. Actuality, I would need this broken here. I would need this to do this so that I could put that limit order. But I don't need for me to start looking for sells. And it looks like it already took out that reaccumulation. So yeah. Yep. So that's AU, CAD Chef or CAD J. CAD J, for the better part of 2 weeks, it's just been doing this sideways. So when I see this right here with just no real clear direction, right? Every chart has a buy, every chart has a sell area. I am in neither of them, right? We have a distribution. So what am I waiting for the reaccumulation? And then I'll play a buy, or I need us to come down here. So this is not a buy or a sell area for me. So I don't want to do anything with it. Instead, I will just sit here and play the alerts, right? Alert down here. Now I do have an alert up here because I just want to see what it does in here, but ultimately I'm going to wait for new high, right? So until then, CJ just sits here and looks pretty. I mean, that's all it is. Do I like that we came into the slingshot that caused the boof? Yes, I do. But after that, and I was looking, I took a bunch of buys out of here, right? But after that, then we just went sideways. I mean, you could see like we this is why like order flow for me is just stupid. I don't trade order flow because of this. We made that high, which means this maintained, which means then we broke that high, which means, oh, maybe we should do what? Well, we just made a new low, but then we just made a new high. So yeah, no, this, I learned a long time ago that this, what that deserves, that all there deserves this right here. There you go. There you go. Oh, come on. There you go. All better. What do you got? Are they still the same one you sent me last time, bro? DXY? Yeah, no worries. J from the 2 hour. Yeah. I mean, we played into it. Yeah, we played into that. So that right there, though. So this is why I mean, and don't take me saying that I would never take that trade as a reason for you not to take that trade. Take the trade. If you're comfortable with doing that, take the trade. Right. For me, you got in on a 20, right? 20 pip stop. So where was your entry? Hold on. $641,441. So, and listen, like I said, there's nothing wrong with doing it. I'm just going to tell you why I don't do it. Okay. Hold on. I think my daughter's coming home. So give me a second. Guys, give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Nice. Okay. You dropped a 0.15 on it, extremely low risk. Yeah. But here's my thought process behind it, right? So what did your risk dollar amount? And if you don't want to tell me, don't worry about it. I'll just put something in there. But let's just say I throw 125 bucks on there. Okay. Which is a 16th of a percent for me, right? 125 bucks. So price is currently sitting at a 1 to 6. And I'm currently up $767 total out of my $125 risk. Okay. Which is, again, nothing wrong with it. For me though, I look at everything as time is money. So I have been in this trade for 15 days. And I've had to screenshot and journal and manage this trade for 15 days. So let's just do some basic math, right? 767 divided by 15 days. That's $51.33 a day. And I can probably tell you, I would have given it a couple hours each day of managing and trying to deal with this stupidity. Cause I did. I mean, I was in this over here. I want to say I got into this here over here, but when I look at it, I know, so if you're not in the US, you don't understand, what I'm going to say, but I could have gone to Walmart and applied to be a greeter. I would have made more in a day with doing less work than me trying to manage this crap. So that's, for me, that's why, like, it needs to be worth it. Yes, I saw this play. I wanted that play, but I can't take a 20 pip stop because managing this, not only time is money, but I've used up margin, because I'll tell you right now, CAJ requires 5% margin on my account. So I potentially couldn't have taken another trade with the margin availability on that. So that's why I do it. Yeah, there's a ton of trades, man. Like if somebody in my group made a comment to me today, and I actually appreciated it. He said that sometimes I'll do a back test, or if I'm going through like trades and stuff like that, and I see price action, like this right here, I would have been pissed. I'd have been cursing at CJ because I'm like, why did you come here? Give me a better entry, because for me, this was a no-go. There was not even a second thought about taking that trade for me because of what we did out of it. Not to say even let's just say this, right? Even let's just say we go on, your target is up to this high, right? Say your target is up here. I mean, you're still, let's just say even all the way up to the peak, that's a 1 to 12. Now it still meets my criteria because I need a minimum of a 1 to 10, but it's a 1 to 10 to my first area that I'm going to partial out at. This is not where I'm going to be partially out at. 253 pips is not where I'm partialing out at, right? This is where probably at minimum 50% volume will be taken off, So that's just the way I look at it. It's gotta be worth it. And it all comes, like something that I always tell everybody in my group, it comes to my risk assessment, right? What is the risk assessment on this trade? Is it worth not so much the 20 pips, but is it worth my whatever risk, 125 bucks, $50, $25, $250, $500, whatever it is it worth the risk? And is it worth the time to get into this? Same thing, like, how do you calculate the margin? So if you have a decent broker, so like my broker, oh shoot, I don't even have it on this Chrome. So on Awanda actually has a page where it'll tell you your margin requirements for each pair. And you just get, especially like when you're dealing with, because I'm a US citizen, right? I am required to only have a 1 to 50 leverage because the US government wants to protect me, right? So I can only have 1 to 50 with US brokers. So 1 to 50 leverage, you use up margin very, very damn quickly. So I just know, because I've been doing it for so long, I know what the margin requirements, right? I know EU is 2%. Right? I know AU is 3%. I know that NZD CAD is 7%, right? I know that pound chef is 6%. I know GU is 5%. So, I mean, you just get so used to knowing what the margin requirements are. Now, I did that video on the position size calculator that I use in MT5. That has an option in one of the folders in the actual position size calculator that allows me to see my available margin. It allows me to see the trade that I'm currently going to set. It tells me what the margin allotment is, what the margin take is going to be, what would I have after this trade. So I utilize that very, very frequently. Okay. Yes. So different pairs require different leverages. So typically your majors, all your US dollar crosses are going to be lower margin requirement than your exotics. So NZD pairs, Euro NZD, NZD CAD, NZD Chef, GN, those are going to be your highest. Why? Who knows? I think it has to deal with volume, volume being traded on them. So I can't even tell you some of these crazy ones like US dollar ZAR. I couldn't tell you what that is. That's got to be ridiculous. That's got to be like a 14% margin requirement. But when you have low leverage, that's something you have to really take into account. And for me, that's why, like, if I'm going to take a trade, it's got to be worth the trade, because I could sit here, I could sit here all day. What was it? AU, right? I could sit here all day and I can take a trade like this. I could have taken a trade like this. Right? 13 pips. And I would have been up a 1 to 8, right? But on a $125 risk, yeah, I would have made $1,000. That's it. For 100 pips, So I would rather now, I mean, and this wasn't even that bad. I mean, this was a pretty decent trade. I probably would have taken partials coming into this. So I would have taken partials probably like right around here. So, I'd made $900. Well, listen, $900 ain't going to do nothing, because that's full volume. It's not like I'm closing out the whole trade. 900, let's say $1,000. What did I secure? 0.25%. So $250 is what I secured. So that's what it comes. I mean, trade management really is a very important piece of my trading, right? And understanding these risk assessments and understanding, I could see the trade, I could see the play, but sometimes I'm not going to take it because it's just not worth it. So your leverage is 1 to 100. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so, and not only that, but you scalp it, right? So you're not holding trades very long. Think about it. When I'm holding trades from September, October, July, they're still eating up margin, so, you have to, like, for me, I have to know what's going on, because I don't want to close out like NZD CAD, right? I won't even talk about NZD CAD. Let's just talk about Chef, right? Or Chef JPY. This is a big one, right? Chef JPY. I don't want to close out of these trades here, right? There's no reason to close out of these trades, but I may have to scale out. I may have to take more volume off just so I can take another trade, and these are trades I got into September, so when it comes to margin, yeah, it's a pain, it sucks. They should have it so that, like, if I'm at break even and this trade no longer has any risk on my account, then why is it holding up my margin? If I'm up, whatever, 600% of this damn thing, I should not have any margin liability on this, but whatever. Yeah, no, I do. I can't tell you how many damn trades I'll go to take and then it comes to like the emotional battle, right? Like, All right, so I got to close out, some volume on a trade. Which one do I close out? Do I close out Chef JPY? Do I close out NZD CAD? Do I close out EU? Do I close out my EG ones? I mean, which one do I close out? So yeah, it becomes, it becomes a real struggle. And like when people ask me, why do I only risk 0.25%? So that I have available margin to trade the way I want to trade. Because you imagine if I was trading 1%, I'd take like 4 trades and then I was margined out. That's it. 4 open trades and I'm probably done. So yeah. Oh, hold on. I lost the chat. My bad. I went on a rant. Bear with me. Do not delete the video ones. The live is. Do not delete the bro. I'll upload the new one, man. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, bro. The government's here to help me, man. They're here to take care of me. So, all right. Anyway, we talked about I like GA. I'll tell you right now, GA I'm not doing much with. Like GA, I'm pretty convinced that we're going to distribute. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what was the area I was looking at. This is where I'm looking right here. That right there. That or that. That's what I'm waiting on GA. And it kind of lines up with what GN's doing. GN's in a distro, right? GN's in a distro. I just want this to come down. Let it come down. So for BTC, yeah, man, we're in a great area for buys. It surpassed the major supply level. I wouldn't say it surpassed the major supply level. What made it a major supply level? We'll get over to it. We'll get over there. We'll look at some crypto. I'll tell you what, the last one is UJ, man. UJ, I'm looking for buys, right? I mean, you could see the accumulation that broke this. We come back. Now, if we make a new high, then this is where I'm playing, right? So, and if we don't, I want to come back lower, but the way she's looking, so just kind of like walk it over. So reaccumulation, Asian liquidity, we sweep it, coming back to mitigate into the 50%, and then we make the high, right? So this is your manipulation. So you could see measuring this entire move, here's 50 and 80. What do we want? We want an accumulation. Well, this stupid thing gives us that ugly thing. And then we start to see evidence of buyers coming in. So now, right, we have a distro, a creek, we confirm another reaccumulation. So what do I want to look for, right? I'm looking for a buy. I got an alert right here. We come down into this area right here. This is where I want to take my buy, right? That's where I want to take my buy. And then lastly, I'll talk about some indices, looking at, I think we're going to be buying for a little bit. I think we're going to be getting back up. Yeah, I think we're going to be getting back up into some premium pricing. I was really looking for us to get in here for a buy. It just didn't happen. But just keep in mind, like where are we looking for this thing to go? This is awfully looking like a reaccumulation in the making. So I'm expecting us to get up here into this or into this, right? So it's just a matter of just waiting on it. Hedging or taking the buys up, I think makes sense. So I think tomorrow I'll be looking for a buy. I'll be looking for a buy probably out of today's price action. So here's today's here. I mean, clear as day. Here it is. Here's the manipulation, right? And I hope we didn't mitigate. Hold on. Son of a gun, man. We did. All right. So, I mean, I'll be looking out of this, right? Here's another one, right? This is a great example. Like why I would never in a million years take that trade, even though, yeah, did it come into the 50? Sure as crap it did. But I'm not taking a 68-point stop loss on US 30 and be sitting at a 1 to 5 right now. Can you imagine being in all this, being up 363 points, or how some people say 3,630 pips, right? Can you imagine being that and then being up $600 because of your $125 risk? You know, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. So yeah, I'll be looking. I'll tell you right now. I mean, here's power hour right here. So I'll be, depending on what we do, if we come back in here or if we come back in here, I'll be looking for the buys to get up into those sell areas. And I think SPX is pretty much the same. Yeah, SPX is the same damn thing. So yeah, it's going to be into this reaccumulation or into this. That's where I'll be looking. And I'm almost positive Nasdaq's going to be the same thing. Yeah, Nasdaq's the same exact thing. This right here is going to be the area right here. First area that I'll be looking at, and then that lower area. I'll tell you right now, if I was a betting man, I would say we're coming for the blue boxes. I'm just, call me, you know, let me shake the magic 8-ball, but let me just say that I think the blue box is where we're coming tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so crypto, we'll take a gander at crypto real quick. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. It's the first 2 hours of the open. So 9:30 Eastern is when stock market opens. Yeah, so BTC, listen, I mean, I'm not ready to call it yet, but but I did say, when did I say it? August. I said it in August when we broke this right here. And then when we were up here, I said 32K is where we're coming, and 33,046 is where we came. So I just don't think we're there yet. This for me is what I want to see broken. So we've got the accumulation. We got a reaccumulation. I'd really like to see another reaccumulation, but I want to see a really well put together with some volume. And I want that to be the cause of this right here. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this was a little redistribution, but this is the one that this is the main one. This is the one, right? And dude, I whatever. I'm not gonna speak ill of people, but you know, most of you guys know I do a lot of crypto mining, bro. And all of these people are talking about the end of the world, like crypto is in a bear market. And I asked a question. I was just like, what makes you, what makes you say that we're in a bear market? And none of them could answer me. So whatever. I mean, I know they're not traders. I know they don't know technical analysis, but the reason this is for me, the important leg, is because this right here, right? This was the leg. So I want to see that broken. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll tell you this, I definitely like what's going on, and same thing with ETH, right? I mean, Ethereum is doing the same exact thing, right? Now, Ethereum hasn't broken this right here. It's actually lagging behind. You know what? I haven't looked at the ETH BTC. Yeah, we actually may see BTC take over some more dominance from Ethereum. This is looking like a distro. So we may see we may see it. Yeah, man. Dude, look, hold on. You guys don't believe me, man. These are some of the people I follow on YouTube. I mean, listen, they're wealth of knowledge, because without them, I wouldn't be driving. What am I driving? I wouldn't be driving 30 GPUs, making a crap ton of freaking money doing some mining. But yeah, you look at some of these Yahoos. Hold on. Let's see. Where is it at here? Hold on. You look at some of these Yahoos, dude, and they're talking about, yeah, like, should I sell or should I sell my GPUs? Should I, talking about, smart mining in a bear market. There it is. Smart mining in a bear market. All of these guys are doing it. What are the, let's see. Let's see, where is it? This one wasn't so bad, but they were talking about the state of Ethereum mining. I mean, like it's like the end of the world, this one guy, where's this one guy? Hold on. He's selling his CPU stuff, bro. He's like, that's it. Let's see. Let's see, where is it? No more CPU mining. I'm breaking up with CPU mining. I mean, like, whatever. It is what it is. Speaking of what, though, the Ethereum mining, dude, I don't know if you guys saw this, but 3 miners on 2 on Flypool, 1 on Hive OS, which is what I mine on. Man, they found 3 blocks that were 300 Ethereum each. 300 Ethereum, man. So what about proof of stake? That's what Ethereum. Yeah, but it's gonna. I'll tell you right now, it's gonna get pushed back. So yeah, 3 drives and a breakup structure on what? On AU for what? For a sell? Yeah, but I don't care, man. It's 9:10 p.m. Eastern time. It's in the yellow snow area. Can you use DXY with BTC USD? I mean, there's no correlation with it. Yeah, there's no correlation with it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, Ethereum is going to proof of stake, but I mean, good for it. I'm pretty happy. I don't mine a lot of Ethereum. I do most of some other altcoins. Yeah. And Ethereum, I'll tell you right now, Ethereum mining for me isn't the most profitable. Flux is definitely more profitable. Ergo, man, Ergo is, I'll tell you right now, I'm keeping my eyes on Ergo. I'm mining the crap out of. Do you mine HNT? Yeah. I got the old the wild chartreuse Dalmatian is mine. So I'll tell you right now, man, the blockchain, look at this, for I don't know how many hours the blockchain was down. So I finally got one block, but earnings are down, man. I mean, look at this. My last 30 days, I've only mined 5.782. So $166, which is still the most profitable miner I have. I mean, this miner cost me $500, right? You can get, I mean, they range anywhere from between 400 and 600 MSRP. So your ROI date is less than 6 months, where, I just bought a 3080 Ti today for $1,500, right? And it's going to take me a year to ROI that. So HNT mining is definitely the most, but if you're not in it, you're falling behind, man, because this transmit scale used to be a 1.0. And as more and more people, right? Look at my area. When I first started doing it, there was maybe like 15 people in here. And now it is just out of control how many miners there are. So as you get more and more miners, this number starts to get lower and lower and lower. So, and this is the multiplier that you get, you know, this is what kind of directly correlates to your earnings. So I got a guy who owns multiple miners. Yeah. But I mean, still, you know, I mean, you can, don't even tell me about Bobcat, man. Don't even tell me if you're still waiting, you've been waiting since like May. So yeah, it is what it is. Like you're better off. You're better off buying one off eBay for $1,000 because you'll make more money in the long run. Because if you've been waiting since, like, say right now, you've been waiting since June or July, right? You've lost out on 7 months of earnings. So let's just say you do. And when I first started, dude, it's crazy. When I first started doing this, I was making anywhere between 50 and 60 H&T a month, right? And now maybe 6 is what I'm making. And this is all after the new fork and everything was done. And remember, they had a halving. So, you know, you spend $1,000 on eBay to get one, you'll get it this week. And then, you know, what's it going to take you? Maybe 8 months to ROI, where you've been waiting for 8 months to just get your unit in. And now you still got to go 3 months to ROI it. So, you know, I mean, I think it's kind of like at the tail end of it. If you've been waiting on Bobcat, if you've been waiting on Nebra, if you've been waiting on SenseCap and all that. So, to increase his ROI, I mean, you can study all the radio waves you want, man. You can obviously, height is good. You know, mine's not that high. Mine's only at 7 meters. But I'll tell you right now, like, where's this one guy? Here you go. This guy's up here, 40 meters, right? 40 meters. So he's way up there, but he's still got the same transmit scale I do. And in 30 days, remember, I made 6, he's made 9. Okay. So he's made $100 more by going 40 meters up. You know, I'll tell you right now, I'm not putting a big tower in my yard. Not for $100 a month. So, but I mean, it is what it is. You're not going to see it. Yeah. So yeah. And it's not like we're in a, listen, I'm in a neighborhood, you know, like I've got, you know, a 40 meter. Yeah. There's no way, you know? So yeah. Yeah. There's no way, man. The crazy lady across the street would go ape shit if I threw a 40 meter. I mean, it's one thing to put a flagpole up, but think about it, a 40 meter freaking tower. No, that ain't going to happen. I think, honestly, I think what he's got is he's actually, you know what? I'll tell you right now, shoot, is he attached to the damn, I mean, look at this dude. He got all the way down here to Miami. Holy crap. I think he's attached. I think he snuck up on the local high school's tower, man. It has to be. Hold on. Let me see this. No, he's there in a house. I mean, unless he's, so there's some apartments here. There's some apartments here, unless he spoofed it over here, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the 5G ones too, the freedom ones are coming out, man. So yeah, but no, I mine H&T. Yeah. Actually, this is everything. Actually, I got to add some too, because I'm mining a lithium right now, but these are everything I mine right here. Ergo, man, I'm telling you, Ergo, I think Ergo is going places. Ergo, and I just started mining a lithium. I don't even think a lithium is in here. Oh, it is on KeyCoin. Let's see. Yeah, I'm actually dual mining. I'm dual mining a lithium, man, because you can. I mean, you can see it right here. I'm doing 3 gigahash on a lithium, so it's costing me absolutely nothing. I'm not using extra power, and I'm not losing any of my other mining. It's just dual mining. So you can dual mine, and I'm actually making like an extra $10 a day doing it. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm doing, so I just started doing it. You can see I started 4 days ago. So I'm averaging about 7 Ethereum a day. So I've made already in the last 24 hours, I've made 10 Ethereum, which, you know, whatever, it's $4 a day. But well, I've been paid $4 in the last 24 hours, but I've made 30 Ethereum so far. So $14, you know, so if we're doing nothing, you know, so $14 a day adds up in there, you know, yeah. And that's on top of the Ethereum. You know, I'm doing about, what is it, like right now, like 400 and just over $400 a week in Ethereum, plus, you know, the $14 a day here, you know, on the same cards. I'm not using any extra power or anything. So all these assets sat in your apartment. Wait, what are you talking about? You better lock the door. Oh, but you can try to come into my house. You can, yeah, I don't live in an apartment. I live in a well fortified house with hurricane shutters and not shutters, hurricane windows and doors. And each one of my kids knows how to do a tactical reload. So just bring some earplugs because it's going to get loud. Yeah. But I would definitely be paying attention, but pay attention to crypto, man. Pay attention to crypto, because we are getting pretty close to the, you know, what's the other one? You know, Solana gave a really, hopefully you guys, somebody got into Solana. You know, I had said 93 was where I was looking. So we came into it, right? We came into Solana. That's my alert. That was my alert. The flipping bastard. That was my alert. But I like Solana now. We haven't traded above it, you know, but I like what we're doing. So yeah, man. I took him to the range young. They're pretty good. Even the baby knows she may not put you down, right? She's not going to be using the 223 or the 12 gauge, but she sure knows how to use that 9 mil or the 45. She knows how to shoot the 45. So yeah, making money on Magic Eden, Solana NFTs. Yeah, I'll tell you what. When it comes to NFTs, and this is just my personal opinion, but I'll be damned if I'm spending any more money on Ethereum gas fees. This is pretty damn normal, right? This is normal. Well, is it, I think Sunday morning, I don't remember when I messaged that to my group. So I have a bot that just tells me when Ethereum gas fees are a certain price point. So I saw Ethereum gas fees the other morning at like 33 gateways. And that was the lowest I've seen in months, but I refuse to pay any more gas fees for flipping NFTs. So Solana or the Polkadot network, right? You can go on Matic. Matic costs you like 60 cents to buy an NFT. I can't believe the time I went to go buy an NFT, and I think the NFT was something like $1,200, and they wanted me to pay like $3,500 in gas fees. So yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Nope. All over the place. Yeah. I would definitely, Solana NFTs are at it. Actually really start looking into Ravencoin. Ravencoin's been doing a lot of NFTs as well. So definitely kind of pay attention to that. And yeah, I mean, I've been mining the crap out of Ravencoin as well. So I'm pretty happy with what Ravencoin's doing. All right. But that's pretty much everything I got. Yeah, man. Hopefully you guys got your questions answered. Hopefully it was a good session. I've got to take off. I got to run. I got to pick up my kids in about 9 minutes from, I'm sure it's going to be some wonderful volleyball practice that they had today. Dad, and when I get back, I'm going to actually do some video game playing here on my computer. So we'll see how it goes. You guys enjoy. I will catch everybody later. Thank you for hopping on.